Personally, I believe it to be a blessing if you have remnants of your childhood, that you can actively see what you did at that time in your life. This, in my opinion, hits the same way of finding an old Minecraft world from when you were 15, 13, 10 years old. Being able to look into those memories firsthand and walk through what you did as a child. Not everybody has that. I know a vast majority of people probably don't have their childhood Pokemon saves still. I hear stories all the time where especially like Pokemon cards, or just collections in general, whether it be games or just memorabilia, they're thrown out when they leave for college. I mean, moving houses, they lose some of the things that they previously owned. Specifically for me, I think I lost my Pokemon Black version when I moved, actually, in 2017, 2018. So to have some childhood saves here that we'll be going over today, I think it's marvelous. I think it's spectacular. What I have for you guys today is a copy of Pokemon Pearl and a copy of Pokemon White. They have a lot of backstory to them, specifically the Pokemon White version, and we're just gonna go through them and look through me as a kid, me as a small small fella. I remember there's a time where I wanted to reset Pokemon Pearl so that I can use it for shiny hunts and whatnot. At the time, and still currently, I don't have a way to back up my DS saves. So upon seeing the time capsule way back when, I was like, I can't delete this. I have to back up it. That is a goal of mine, especially when I get the ability to do so. But enough yapping. Today, let's look into my childhood Pokemon saves. Pokemon Pearl. Now, I think as a kid I liked Palkia more. I don't know if that still rings true today. Oh, here we go. Okay. No red. No red as the player name. Yeah, so my name is actually John, or my full name is actually Jonathan, John being just the abbreviation. So there you go. There's my name. It's not Void Tweak. Oh man. Okay, so we have 144 hours. We've completed the game, 267 for the Pokedex. Let's see, man. Let's see. Now, I do remember, I think for Harkold, I had an H in my first Pokemon save. I didn't even have an H in my name, but for some reason I was spelled John with John. So this is, I think 2013, something along those lines, but let's just check it out. All right, so we're in the Pokemon Center. As you can see in the bottom right, we have Abras, we have a Poochyena. So I don't actually specifically know what we're doing here, but these are filler Pokemon. Just checking briefly. Yeah, so this Poochyena, I wonder where it's from. Okay, so that's my original Emerald save. That 17070. That's my original Emerald save, 2023. Okay, so I touched this save in 2023 at least. Or somewhere around there. Let me actually go to someplace. Let's see. No, let's just get out of here. Oh, of course. All right, cool. Yeah, I absolutely adore the Pokemon League theme. I do actually want to talk about this here. So I grew up with Pokemon Harkold. That was a game given to me. Now this Pokemon Pearl, I never outright bought. I kind of went back in the generations for a moment after getting Harkold. I had a buddy in the neighborhood at the time where we traded Pokemon cards and we traded Pokemon games. And I believe this Pokemon Pearl version is from him, okay? So I never outright went and bought Pokemon Pearl. My experience in the Sinnoh region was first and foremost with Pokemon Pearl and Diamond, which most people, right? Pokemon Diamond and Pearl came first. This game, I don't think that I put so much time into it. I mean, comparatively to Harkold, I mean, this was definitely a secondary game for me, but it still went through a lot. Before I look at the Pokemon in the save, I remember my room had like a little cubby area, right, for a desk. And at the time, I had moved my desk out of that cubby area and it was completely empty, and I had an outlet on the wall where I'd put my DS setup and my games. And when I had trouble sleeping at night, I'd open Pokemon Diamond and Pokemon Pearl, because I actually did have a Diamond as well. But I opened Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, whichever game it was, and I would stand here and I would open it and leave it on throughout the night, listening to this song, helping me fall asleep. It's a really good memory for me. It definitely cemented how I feel about the Sinnoh region. It definitely cemented how I feel about Pokemon games in general in terms of their impact on me. That might have been a small thing at the time, but for me, it meant a lot. And growing up, that wasn't lost on me. So, sentimentality out of the way. Let's see what this save file has to offer, okay? I was like, where are we? And then when I walk out, and it's like, oh, this is one of my favorite places to be. The actual league, when you go up there, has the same theme. But I always loved the waterfall. I always went here instead. So, all right, let's check the ID real quick, actually. 16750. Current Void Tweak would not like that ID. I'm not a big fan of that ID personally. Let's see the money situation. Not many Poké Dollars too. We don't have many trainer stars on this account either. Pokedex, a modest 267. We can work with that. The score, even to this day, with all the time that I put into Pokemon games, I don't know how to get my score up. So that's something. As you can see, Adventure started July 3rd, 2013. Now, I am like a good 95% sure that my DS times were always immaculate. Every single time I date skipped down the line in my life, for like Apricorns or Harkold or something, you know, or Lapras and Union Cave on Fridays, right? I always remembered to bring the time back to where it currently is, because catching shinies, I wanted the right time. I wanted a log that I didn't have to write down. The Pokemon, the game showed me when I got these things started or caught. So 2013, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, that's old, man. Let's see what's in here. I have all the badges all dirty. Time has not been kind to them. We'll clean those up later. All right, let's go see what this copy has to offer us. Now, I do recall, actually, 5 year span, 2020 to where we are right now, I know what I use the save file for. I did check it out, and I did actively jump into it. So I'll discuss that more in length when we are looking around, but let's go to the PC here. All right, box 11. We're gonna just skip through. Don't mind me, don't mind me. And we are box 1. Okay, just a bunch of random mods so far. Nothing too crazy. Now, I don't think there's anything worthwhile in this save in terms of like, oh, this is something special. I think, as I've shown before, a lot of my old mons go to my actual hardcore saves, right? And that is of the previous 5 years, so 2020 to 2025. So nothing would get an immense amount of time currently. Like, these old Pokemon saves are just time capsules. They didn't have a lot of time in them beforehand, specifically Pokemon Pearl and Diamond. I did spend a lot of time in them, but nowhere near what I spent in modern days. I mean, a Pokemon White, I will say, I spent a lot of time in that. That's the juggernaut of today's video, I will say. Yeah, nothing crazy. I think this Riolu is the one from this save file. Yeah, okay. Mount Coronet, Egg Hatch, Good Endurance, 2013 from Riley. Interesting. Love to do a shiny Riolu hunt. That would be amazing. Snorlax, level 1. What are you doing here? Bronzong, Starly, Delibird. What do we have here? Just looking around, 2013 here. Okay, this was caught in this save file. All right, got a Spinda here too. John, Jolly, 2013. Caught in a Dust Ball. Very efficient, very efficient. Box 3, oh, Smeargle, so this might be a catching mon. It is not. It was caught in 2020 though, so that's something to note. So I was revisiting this save file at that time. We have a Spheal. What a happy little guy. Wonderful. 2013. That is an old Spheal. And another Smeargle from the 2020 era. Got some Pichus, Whiscash, 2 different Starlies there, Ariados. Okay, box 4. Nothing crazy so far, right? Ponyta. It's all over the place. No. Oh, 58507. I think that's a pretty early on Heart Gold and Soul Silver re-jump into the franchise. That's a just starting off 2020 shiny hunting. Yeah, December 17th, 2019. Yeah, that's a save file that I definitely don't have anymore. Kricketot, Cacturne, Starly, Bidoof, more filler mons. Usually I go run next to Sand Gem Town and just catch a bunch of filler mons if I'm trading silver games. So these generally would be what that is. Haphazardly placed in boxes like this is not like me, so I don't know why these are here, but I guess with this kind of save there's no real care in terms of where things are put. John 16750. That is an old Alakazam right there. Okay. That is that's surprising. I didn't expect to see that. A bunch of Chanseys. I think I was farming for a lucky egg. This was rather recent. Yeah, okay. Not rather recent, but recent enough, more so than 2013. Okay, this was a long time ago. Definitely looking for a lucky egg. I don't know if it was radar for shinies or whatnot. I did do a radar shiny fest, but that was done in my God save of platinum. So I think this was back in the day when I just needed a lucky egg. I don't think I got one. If memory serves, I don't think I got one. Yeah, a bunch of Philemons, more Chanseys. Let's see here. Legends. Okay. I believe this was open before with a bunch, or excuse me, it was full before with a bunch of legendary Pokemon. But right now, I think that we just move them all to other saves. Yeah, this Rotom is from this save file here. Machop. Spinarark. Okay, that's the Japanese one. Red. Oh, that's from my Japanese Harkold. I love that ID number 33000. I did reset for that. I love that ID number. Puccina, that's probably from the Emerald save file, if I had to guess. It is indeed. That's the old one, as I said before. I did reset it. I love the ID number that I have now. I think it's better. 00510, I believe this is the 200 plus hour Harkold save. And this is another 2013 of this original save file, Sneasel. Interesting. Okay, nothing in Legends, nothing in Training. Shinies for nothing here. Not a big fan of that backdrop either for the box. Wow, this is an empty save file. Wow. So yeah, okay. I think I know what's going on here. Before I leave this area, let me see if I can actually grab some mons here, just so that I'm able to traverse the Sinnoh region. Gonna move you, Peachina, excuse me. So I think I know exactly what happened. All the Pokemon were moved. I thought it was an untouched time capsule, but I believe for the living decks, this save got picked apart a little bit. In the Legends and Training box that you guys saw, it was filled actually, I believe it used to be, with mons, legendary mons, rare mons, whatever you want to call them. They were not just random round one mons. From my friend that actually gave me this Pokemon Pearl as a kid, and I believe I was just holding on to them for him, and I never got around to giving it back for whatever reason. Nothing of malice, but probably just time and just stop playing Pokemon on his end, right? Let's go check out the TMK, see if I can get fly on this. Yeah, this is interesting. I thought the time capsule would be untouched, my friends, but it looks like it wasn't completely left untouched. Still pretty cool to have. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys specifically what this save file was used for in recent times. But before I do that, let's go look around a little bit more. I don't actually know what the resort area looks like in Diamond and Pearl. I am a Platinum person wholeheartedly. I honest to God think that Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, I think that the Generation 4 debut games is really only truly playable in Pokemon Platinum. This game is so slow, and I don't mind about speed. I mean, I played Gen 4, 5, 3 games. Like, I'm not trying to do Scarlet and Violet speeds, but the game engine in here is so slow. So, personally, there's not a lot of reasons to be playing Diamond and Pearl when you could play Platinum, in my opinion. Okay, so this is the ribbon area. I was looking for a villa, but that isn't only in Platinum. Okay. Let's end off this save file at the Pokemon League, but like the actual Pokemon League this time, not just the entrance to Victory Road. Let me tell you guys what I used the save file for in recent memory, and let's wrap up this and jump into Pokemon White. I have a lot to say about Pokemon White in comparison. So, for this Pokemon Pearl, specifically me using it in this day and age, was for the Void Glitch. I was so glad that as an adult, I was able to do this and find this new side of these games. Because as a kid, I don't think if someone said, hey, do the Void Glitch method and get yourself an Arceus, a Shaman, a Darkrai, legitimately, or just semi-legitimately, you know what I mean. I don't think I would have been able to do that without breaking my save, right? So I was ecstatic to find out that there were ways that I could really enjoy this game and further my actual other Pokemon saves via getting that Arceus, Hall of Origin Arceus, so that I can do Sinnoh Ruins and Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So I was ecstatic. It's super cool. I recommend looking it up. It allowed me to get some really cool mons. I think I started with Darkrai and then I ventured over to Arceus, yeah, for the Hall of Origin Arceus. And anytime I needed an Arceus, I would just go into this Pokemon Pearl and go catch one. Even as a time capsule save, it still served me really well, and it showed me a different side of these games in the modern era. So, huge fan of Pokemon Pearl. My diamond copy, I believe, is like so busted. I had it in my shorts and jeans, and it was been washed many times as a kid. So when I moved in 2017, here in 2018, I think I either gave it to my brother or threw it out. So I up until recently did not or do not have more diamond copies, but I recently bought 2 more. So we have a full Gen 4 collection once again. But anyway, so that is my Pokemon Pearl save. Not much in it. Sorry about that, but it does have some great memories. And the white version I have a lot in. So I believe once again, it's been a bit, but let's check it out. Thank you so much, Pokemon Pearl. I'm gonna actually save here. Why not? So that when I boot up this save file again, I'll remember what I told you guys in this video. Even the saving a lot of data screen is so nice to look at. And I don't even have the right border here. I usually do the OG one. All right, let's go to Pokemon White. Pokemon White version. Wow. Generation 5. A generation that I don't touch much nowadays. John, same name as well. My goodness. Okay, 754 hours, 8 badges, Pokedex is 464. So my goodness, that is a lot. Okay, I'm wondering whether or not I discuss it when we get in the game. Yeah, let's just do that. I was gonna say, why don't we talk right now, but I want to walk around a little bit. Sea Gear. Oh, remember you. Spring. Summer. Ah, the aesthetic of these games are so nice. The music also. It's a Pokemon game. It's always going to have good music, but come on now. Generation 5, 3, and 4. I mean, it's masterclass. It is the best times for the franchise. Okay, so I'm going to go to the ID real quick, and we're going to look through, and I'm going to talk about how I came to this game. Oh boy. Please, Deoxys. I remember loving Deoxys. I think I even drew a portrait of Defense form Deoxys when I was a kid. I wish I still had that. I do have max money, and you're going to see a theme here. And I'm going to talk to you guys about it. Oh, that actually is... Oh, that's so beautiful. Me as a kid wrote that. I signed that as a kid. That's beautiful. The adventure was started in the year 2011. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so old, guys. Soon to be 25. That is crazy. That is insane. 2011. Wow. I'm so happy that I have an actual signature for me as a kid there. So, arguably, I spent more time in Generation 5, Pokemon Black and White, than I did in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. This kicked off an eternal love for Pokemon for me. On Christmas Day, when these games were released, I got both Pokemon Black and Pokemon White, which is unheard of. And I got a guidebook for the game. I kid you not, when I got this game, Christmas morning, on it for like the rest of the trip. I was down in Florida at the time for Christmas, and I just played it the entire time, man. To have both games as a kid, I was in heaven, man. I was so spoiled with that. I really was, to have both. Good memories. I had to think about that for a second. Okay. I'm going to talk to you guys about this right now. I think a vast majority, or there's a good majority, I'm pulling these metrics out of nowhere. I think a lot of people, as kids, have heard the term, have played with this term, an action replay. I never owned one before, but the person that I was holding the Pokemon for in my Pearl version, the ones I didn't have and weren't able to show off, sadly. But when I went over to his house at the time of these games as well, when I got home, we were still buddies, we were still hanging out. He did have an action replay. And when he said, oh, I could give you everything in the game, I, of course, was like, me at that age, I was like, yeah, oh my god, yeah, that sounds wonderful. So I did in this save file, I wish I didn't down the line, right? But I did use action replay codes for this save file. So as a time capsule, this save file has everything. I mean, it's all cheated in, like 900, 900, 900, everything is cheated in. I think I used all the rare candies. Yeah. And it makes me sad, because I put so much time into this save file, and then I mar it by just giving myself everything. So making everything that I achieved, I kind of threw under the bus there. Unknowingly. I mean, at the time I was just trying to have fun, and I did have a lot of fun doing this. And I think I did also get into Pokemon Generation. I used an app on my iPod, I think, to make Pokemon. So this game, it makes me sad looking back on it, just because I wish I kept it completely authentic, completely never touched by cheats in any way. But it definitely has a lot of that. So just a full warning, and I want to make this extremely clear right now. I detest cheating. Even RNG manipulation, which isn't technically cheating, I do see it as illegitimate in terms of the realm of like actual achievements in the game. I mean, having a roadmap, and this is a bit of a hot take possibly, but this is just from my own games and my own experience playing the franchise. I mean, having a roadmap, reverse engineering everything about the randomness about this game and having a perfect path, and all you need is a bit of practice and a bit of reaction time to actually get it. I mean, for simple RNG manips, I just don't see that as legitimate, right? I just don't see that as like, I found this Pokemon organically, just put brute force into it, put time into it, random encounter, right? So having a save file like this, it goes very much against that ideology. So it does bother me to some degree, especially being in a childhood save, being the thing that really cemented my love for this franchise and kept a hold on me. Kind of does suck, but just know I never touched an action replay after this, after these save files. I've never cheated in any Pokemon games after this, in the sense of like getting an actual action replay, making Pokemon via Pokegen or whatever iOS app I had at the time. So yeah, just a full warning, just my thoughts. And remember, this is just the way I like playing, right? So if you love RNG manipulation, I hold nothing against you, right? And it's just for me. And I do have an interest and a possible, like, want to go down the route of RNG manips. But for me, my actual, like, hardcore grinded out saves, that's not something I'm mixing, or want to mix at least. Anyway, Yap session aside, let's go here for a second. Let's see what we got. Okay. I'm going to go to box 1 here. Now, this save file as well has been picked apart for a living dex in Pokemon White 2 version. I only have 2 Gen 5 games right now. I have a Gen 5 Pokemon White, and I have a Black 2 version. I used to have a Black version, so I had White and Black. It was my childhood copy, right? I don't know where it went. I honestly to God do not know where it went, and that sucks, right? I also had a White 2 version, but in a time, I want to say like 2 or 3 years ago, I didn't see myself being super into the game. Gen 5 for me was, I love it, don't get me wrong, but Gen 4, Gen 3 was kind of my home for the franchise. So I actually gave it to my brother because he would make a lot better use of it than me. And I gave him for like a pretty steep discount for what the games go for at that time, and then especially now at this time. He has a living dex, and he actually recently completed his national dex and has that national living dex in his PC. And he actually picked apart my White version for some of those mons that were the legitimate ones that I caught. Had to sparse through all of them, but this save probably has a fair bit of gaps, sadly, just like the Pearl version. So yeah, you can see some Patrats, Purloins. Most of these are just filler mons just to be trading back and forth. Gligar. Let's check out this Gligar real quick. Oh man, that's my original save file. That's my first Pokemon Heart Gold save file. That's John H. That is it. That is it. And you can see the ID number 49659. Okay, I thought I spelled it John, but no, I didn't. That is magnificent. That is actual piece of history right there. That's my first Pokemon game. That was my first save. And this Pokemon is part of that. Wow. I'm so glad. I knew I had something like that in here. I don't remember it. You know, it's been some time. Okay, so this is John. This is this of this save file? Yeah, okay. Caught in a Premier Ball. Good taste. Hey, didn't use a Master Ball. Good taste. Let's see what else is here. So I want to say right now, I was a huge fan of Zora as a kid. I think that was my favorite Pokemon coming out of these games. And I did this. Oh, okay, yeah. This I remember specifically. This was from the app that I had on my phone that I was able to generate a shiny Zora because I knew I wanted a shiny Zora so bad. And can you guys tell if this is legitimate or not? It has a Master Ball. It knows Blue Flare, Thunderbolt, Muddy Water, and Aura Sphere. Wow. Yeah, PB app. Wow, dude. What are you doing? That can't happen. Muddy Water. Interesting. Why not just surf? Okay. All right. I generated this mon and I didn't even give it a good nature. It's neutral. Yeah, so that is not legitimate. You're seeing firsthand just me experimenting, me playing around. This was actually after the action replay. And then I went on my phone and was like, oh, what can I do with this? What can I do with that? Right? That is funny. Purloin, Float Soul. Let's see what this one's about. Anthony. I actually don't know who Anthony is. Okay. And this was a Sinnoh region thing. That's definitely one of the friends at school, or I don't remember an Anthony though. That is okay. That's someone's childhood Pokemon right there. This might be rather recent, maybe. 2021. Okay, it was red 02829. I don't remember that save file though. That does not look like an ID that I would keep. Interesting. I got some more mons here, just normal mons. Let's keep it moving. I was like wondering if I had that Zora. I'm glad I still do. I think that's funny. Bunch of stuff here. Teriyaki level 100. I think when I did action replay and use that, my buddy's action replay, I did use rare candies to get this this boy to level 100. Yeah, look at that. I mean, 12-year-old, 13-year-olds moveset: Stone Edge, Close Combat, Rock Slide, and Sacred Sword. Yeah, I caught it in a regular Pokeball too. I don't know if that was, I don't know if there was a cheat for that at the time. Maybe I did inspire myself to like catch it in a regular Pokeball at that time. I don't know. I really can't tell you exactly what I did with the action replay besides just giving myself all the items. Very helpful with not wanting to level everything up. This is a nice Mew. Okay, I'll check that out in 2 seconds. Riolu, Pichu, Virizion. This is a second Virizion. This is not mine. Might be. It might be mine. And that looks sick. Okay, level 100, 2011. Rumination Field. Level 100. This might be also from... Wait. 46747. Am I in the right... Hold on, let me just check my ID one more time. Sorry. Okay. So that is of this save file. So what was the other Virizion? Which one is this one? 57536. Okay, this might be a Pokemon Black version. This might be my other save file. Huh. Okay, so that's good. I mean, a long lost copy that I no longer have. That's most likely my Pokemon Black version. Wow. Okay. Leopard, Pidove, Mew. Yes, let's check out that Mew. John, what is this, man? What are all these save files that I have with John? John is... You know the era of Pokemon that we're in when I have Pokemon saves named John. What is this one? I don't remember lowercasing that. And it's in 2013, apparently. Okay. Interesting. I don't know how I got this. I really couldn't tell you. From Kanto to... I didn't know DNS exploit at the time. I don't know if that's legitimate. I really could not tell you. Very cool, nonetheless. Very cool indeed. It is a metal powder. Interesting item to have. Fione. 2 Fiones. Let's see here. John, daycare couple. Ash. Sinnoh. Huh. 27160 for the ID. 2012. Alright. Okay. Oh, I remember moving up mods from Heart Gold and Soul Silver to these games. Zorak, this is our first. I know I'm saying that incorrectly. I'm sorry. John caught in this save file or hatched in this save file. Zoroark. I butchered that initially. For being my favorite Pokemon back in the day, that is not a good sign here. Cobalion. Hopefully I'm saying that right too. This is of this save file. Good taste once again. Luxury Ball. Good stuff. Level 100 out. Iron Plate. Good item too. Deoxys. Oh, I love Deoxys. Deoxys is like my favorite mon ever. 08308. I think that's a Korean save file as well. Cherish Ball. That is... I feel like that's not made properly. I really couldn't tell you. I have no idea if that's legitimate or not. It's so difficult to know. I don't recall getting that or how I got that. Yeah, definitely mixed in with a lot of what my friends were doing at the time. And like I said, for Pokemon Pearl, the same thing happened here where I held onto their mons and I probably never gave them back. And once again, not out of malice, it's just we forgot about them. Or we just moved away from the series. Or they did. Excadrill of this save file too. Pretty cool. And it's almost leveled up to 41. Interesting all-out attacks again too. Oh boy. Is there any legitimate shinies that I got back in the day here? I don't think so. Ooh. What is this, dude? Box 1? Okay, we're getting into the meat of this, man. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna keep going down the road. Lacunosa Town. What? What is this? What is this? It was hatched here. I don't... that town doesn't sound familiar. Level 100 Venusaur. Okay. Interesting. Oh, my original Lugia. Wow, dude. Johto, 2012. Arrived at level 100. This is my original Lugia. That is so cool. Sky Attack, Hydro Pump, Aeroblast, Surf. Yep. All that attack. Yeah, this is why I keep this save file. This is why I will back it up when I get the ability to do so. Even though it's muddled by an action replay. And iOS apps that generate stuff. I think I only generated the one. There's no other generated mons in here besides that Zora to my remembrance. But that Lugia, man, that's my first Pokemon save. That's the first Lugia that I ever caught. So that's pretty cool in my opinion. Oh, don't even do that to me, man. Don't even do that to me. Is that my starter? I know that's not my starter. Oh, I'm confused, man. I don't know. My first Pokemon that I ever got was a Feraligatr. It's true. However, it was nicknamed TT. I remember specifically naming it that, and then I started my journey with that. So I don't know if I changed the nickname back before I transferred it back to this generation, but I know that this is a... Now I'm doubting if this is my original save file. I feel like it is though, so I don't know why this Feraligatr is not nicknamed TT. Very confusing. But if this is my starter from those days, which it does seem like it is, that is beautiful. To still have it here, that is magnificent. Typhlosion, John from 2012. Okay. Veneer was the idea of my brother, by the way. 2024, yeah. So he was trading in the pursuits of his national decks. So that's why that's there. So Mew, John. So this is my Ho-Oh from that old save file too. Dude, what is this moveset? I Master Ball that one too. I wonder. So that one was Master Balled, and then the Ho-Oh was Master Balled. Imagine me even possibly, I don't know how this got here too. Okay. I really couldn't tell you there. I had a Magnemizer, okay, I'm getting confused here. There's a possibility that I maybe even tried using the action replay on my Harkle version, and then I got upset with doing that, and I just reset it. But I moved the important mons away before I did? Possibly? I don't know, man, because 2 Master Balls, I wonder how that came to be. Veneer, we got some Veneers here for touch trading or just full-on trading. Articuno, I backed out right at the worst time. Okay, Ultra Ball, legitimate. We got that. Zapdos, legitimate. How's the move sets here? Not ideal. So cool that we have that. And Moltres, okay. Blaziken. That was given from Steven when you beat the game. Cool, 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 cool. Dude, this is so cool. This is so amazing. Okay. Suicune. Okay, okay. I'm loving this now. These are all my old mons, man. This is from my black version, I believe. Yeah. Ultra Ball, Cobalion, Swablu, Terrakion, Terrakion. I'm sorry if I'm butchering any names. Porygon Z, Johto 2012, Josh. Okay. Movie 14. This might actually be legitimate because at that time they were distributing Victinis. Oh, I think that's a legitimate one that I got when it was coming out. I wish I knew for certain, you know what I mean? I wish I knew. And Fionn from Amanaphy. Justin. I don't know any Justins growing up. I wonder where that's from, that Moltres. But 03819, 2012. Palkia and Netball, man. These are memories, man. Okay. Okay. We found something here. This is the ID of the friend I had that gave me the action replay that you see its effects on the save file. I don't think I'm going to say his name, but that is his ID, and that's his name in game. And he has an ID number of 38399. And this is his starter Pokemon, I guess. Wow, okay. So I do have remnants of his save file. And I'm so glad that we found out the name of the person that I was so connected with my Pearl version and this white version here. 2012 May for this Darkrai. Pretty cool. My Kyogre, Embedded Tower, right? Yes, sir. Okay, love that. Water Spout, Hydro Power. Okay, Netball. Dialga. Ooh, what is that ball? What is that ball? Is that a Dream Ball? I don't know what that. I don't know what that is, man. Maybe it was GTS'd. I forgot that exists in these games. I mean, they started with Gen 4. That might be a GTS Mon, but I don't know what that ball is. It looks like a Dream Ball. I know it's not a Heal Ball for sure. That is odd, man. Okay, we'll just skip past it. Obviously, I don't know where that came from. Cascoon. That's like easily the best thing that we've seen so far. Blastoise. That was okay. I didn't pick Charizard back then. Understandable. Hyper Beam, Focus Blast, Hydro Cannon, Hydro Pump. Dude, what is your movesets? What are you doing, man? All right, this is probably going to be like the best of the best in terms of this save file. I stand corrected. Oh, I loved Meloetta. This also I loved. I was actually getting this event when they were distributing it, and I did the event in Pokemon White and Black. I loved it. And I actually was really addicted to the little tune that Meloetta's theme was. So, I think I do remember this. I would reset the event when it's over, so I could listen to the theme over and over and again. I loved it. If anyone remembers a small event where Meloetta sang in like a bar or a tavern or something like that. Yeah, super cool. Really cool mythical Pokemon too. I like it a lot. We have a Latias here. I'm just gonna go full summary here. Okay, another Master Ball too, so I'm a little concerned on that. It's not entirely implausible to say that I got another Master Ball from someone else's save, but given the nature of having the action replay available to me, from my friend at the time, I possibly just inserted more Master Balls. Reshiram, Ents Castle 2012. This is from my black version, not the same ID. Same thing here, Landers 2011 Abundant Shrine from the black version. I'm really not remembering any of these Japanese ones. I truly believe that they were GTS to me. I just got them off the GTS at that time. Rohan. Level 100 shiny Espeon with a Psychic Gem. Apparently meta level 100, Sturdy Body. Psych-Up Psychic, Morning Sun, Calm Mind. Okay. Interesting. I have no recollection of this, and this is definitely not my mon that I made myself. Entei, this is also from those old saves. Plasma the Deoxys. Ice Beam, Dark Pulse, Recover, Psycho Boost. Okay. Don't know where that came from. John, Heatran. This is from my Sinnoh region Save file 2021. Is this? Who is this? This is recent. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What do I do here? 16750. That might be the Pearl version. I already low-key kind of forgot about what my ID is in my Pearl version. I only remember the really nice IDs, the ones I reset for. Pokerus. Okay, I have it here. This is 2021 as well. This might very well just be moved up mons from Diamond and Pearl. Because I know for a fact I never moved any of my mons from Platinum because I got Platinum in 2020. And all the other copies following of Platinum were also in the past couple of years. So I never touched this save file. Oh boy, man. Oh, what? 2021? What is this? There's so many question marks in my head right now. Like, what are all these mons here? Level 100. Okay, this is another Master Ball. Interesting. Okay. Sorry, guys, this is probably going to be a long video. I hope it is not boring. I hope not. We got another Meloetta and a bunch of filler mons coming up here. I'm going to skip all over those. Lilligant, Musharna. Oh, I love Musharna. I think Musharna was a mon that I actually use in my save file. 46747. Yeah. Level 10. I think I have like a level 101 somewhere around here. Herdier, Jolly. I think that's a good nature for it. Conquistador. Pretty solid. Okay, let's keep it moving. Mana, level 66. Simipour, Altaria. I'm gonna actually check this one out real quick. Alright, that's a red save file. That ID I don't remember. 2829. I don't recall that one. Simisage. Let's see here. Oh, dude. That's crazy. These are such old mons from like elementary school friends, dude. This is insane. This is like Tetra. Okay. Okay, we're back to the cheats, guys. We're back. This is not legitimate. There's no way it is. Yeah, same app that I used. Wow. Wow. Now, I don't know if I named it Tetra. This might be given to me by somebody, but I'd probably the best case scenario, or excuse me, the most plausible scenario is that I also generated this one. Interesting. So incredible what you could do with a phone and some imagination, or lack thereof. Mantine, Solosis, Trubbish, Tauros, Jirachi. We got a Japanese Jirachi here. 2008, Sinnoh. And it is Cherish Ball event Pokemon. Pretty cool. We have a Leafeon here. Level 75, nothing to scoff at. Another Anthony save file. So I don't remember who an Anthony is, but I'm taking good care of your Pokemon, Anthony. Steelix, Mesprit. This is an old one. This is from Diamond and Pearl. Anthony 2. Okay. Tentacool, Doduo, Goldeen, Spearow, Gloom, Amalga, Poliwrath, Victini, another Victini. Movie 14. Pretty cool. Legends. Okay, so this is definitely not the Legends box because that has a bad background and these are not Legends. I might stand corrected, guys. That looks pretty scary. Pretty scary Pokemon. Okay. Cece? Cece? What's going on with that? That sounds like something I would do. And I named my starter TT, so I'm confused on that one. That is odd. Box 9. Is that a Croconaut? Yeah, it is. Whose is this? Okay. 2012 John. This is a save file I just started then and threw away, I believe. Driftblim, level 59. Such a cool design. I love Driftblim. 2011 John 46747. Okay. Alright. Interesting. Alright. Let's keep it moving. Zoroarks. Okay, yeah, I really enjoyed Zoroarks. But sadly, none of these are Zoroarks. What is up with that? Watch, I enjoy these Pokemon so much, but I can't pronounce their name. Drifloon, Cradily, Pichu, Doromaka, Vanillish, Mawile, Landorus, another Landorus. John, Bun and Shrine. This is from this save file. Pretty cool. Is this my save file starter? This might be. It is. This is what I started my Pokemon journey with in Generation 5. Wow. That is really cool. I'm glad I still have that. Okay. And this is a friend's box that I had open for him too. Oh, dude, that's incredible. I think that's it for the Pokemon in the save file. Yeah, Johto 49659 here. Okay, yeah, I think we're back to the start here. Let's actually check the party Pokemon. Oh, ooh, okay, we have some heat here. Oh, we have some heat here. Okay. Let's get out of here real quick. Let's finish looking at the Pokemon here that we have. But that would be most of it, I believe. John, Zoroark, daycare couple. So I did make this myself. This is my Charizard from my Heart Gold save. Super cool. Okay, but that's so weird because I had a Blastoise of the same one. So I'm just like, ugh, how did I get all these Mons, right? Apparently arrived at level 100. I mean, they might have been hatched, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. John, another Zoroark that I hatched. But it says egg hatch. I don't know if it shows it for Pokemon that are traded through generations. I don't think they do. Interesting. Zoroark, another Zoroark. I really love that that Mon. A Cobalion from my childhood here. Okay, so this is another generated Mon. Arceus with Psychic Fly, Spatial Rend, and Calm Mind. Alright. That's something right there. Funny that at that time I was like, oh, I gotta generate this, and then I found at least 10 years plus later I'm catching legitimate as they can be, at least shiny Arceus as myself. I have one and I caught it in a dive ball and it's super sweet. So okay, no longer needing to generate nothing as a kid. All right. Oh, and we have a Tepig here in the background. Okay, this is actually I bought a Black 2 version. Right here we have a Tepig that is actually a legitimate shiny that was found in 2023. I bought this save file from a mutual that we know. Pretty cool person. And yeah, they found it. They shiny hunted it. They got it female shiny. I mean, like, they were super lucky and they got it under 4,000 resets. But then they never ended up playing Black 2 and they just sold it to me. So instead of throwing away the shiny, I decided just to throw it in here, I guess. I think I asked my brother to do it when he was touching this copy for his living deck. So that's a legitimate shiny Tepig. I did not hunt it, but it was recently hunted and it deserves some praise at least. Yeah, that's significant. That's super cool. A shiny starter is nothing to scoff at. Oh man, we looked over a lot of stuff. I feel like it's been longer than an hour. I mean, we're at 58 right now, 58 minutes for the recording session, but man, I feel like I just went over so much, and yeah, that is a doozy. What do I feel right now? I mean, I have no other childhood saves. This is it that have existed. So Pokemon Pearl and this white version, I mean, they're all that's left. Everything is reset and made in the past couple years. So how do I feel? I'm happy I still have these copies. At the end of the day, that's my prevailing thought and feelings. I'm happy I could share them with you, and I'm happy I had these experiences back then, and because of it, I'm doing stuff like this now. So anywho, I think I'll end today's video near this beautiful fountain. I don't think there's much else that I could look around in the save file. In terms of the items, everything is generated to the max number due to the action replay, so there's no use in looking at them like we did at Pokemon Pearl. But yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this this look back. I hope you are too. I hope you have childhood saves. I hope you have old game worlds that like Minecraft in the example I gave early on in this video, that you can look over and look back to those days, because they are to be cherished, no matter any of the difficulties or hiccups that may have happened. Like, you might have an exploded world in your Minecraft, you know, childhood world, right? You might have everything griefed, but it's still memories, and you can still look back, and I could do the same way, even though this is all action replayed, or a majority of everything that we see here is pretty bogged down by that. But yeah, all right. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you have a wonderful week as well, because one day is just not going to cut it in this economy. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you enjoyed, please do leave a like, do leave a subscribe. This is a pretty new channel, so every little thing helps, and please talk to me in the comment section. I'd love hearing you guys' thoughts. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. My name is Voidtweak, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.